Hi, everybody. This is NWA Worldwide Wrestling. Tony Schiavone and Dirty Dutch Man.
Champion will defend this belt against an unknown. Maybe we'll find out more about it today.
And I'll be talking to Sting, the World Heavyweight Champion, about the Black Scorpion. Let's go to action.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag team event, it is set for one fall. Introducing first from New York City, Jerry Sags, Brian Knobs, the Nasty Boys.
A good look at the Nasty Boys, and our first look at them on NWA Worldwide Wrestling. Not very friendly, would you say, Dutch?
Well, they look very intimidating to me.
Stand up! Get up!
Knobs and Sags, the Nasty Boys. Let's go back to Gary Capetta.
And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents, total combined weight 456 pounds. First, from Tampa, Florida, Tim Parker. From Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Scotty Williams.
Parker Williams and the Nasty Boys, and Nick Patrick is trying to get some order in here. The Nasty Boys are having a few unkind words to the fans at ringside, and we're going to take a good look at these very large and what we understand very powerful individuals. And as they walk into the NWA, Dirty Dutch, they walk into a very much a hotbed of tag team wrestling. Before I let you talk, I want to hear from the Nasty Boys.
Do you know what you're looking at? Do you know what you're looking at? The Nasty Boys, the class and the flash of professional wrestling. They don't get any nastier. We grew up beating people up. You're looking at the future NWA Tag Team Champions.
Pretty belligerent, aren't they?
Well, they are making their plans known right off the bat, and they're serving notice on some of the tag teams in NWA right now, like the Southern Boys and Zink and Pillman, that they're here to be reckoned with. And these two gentlemen, both of them look like they weigh to me over 275, 280 pounds, may even tip the scale 300 pounds. And I think they're going to make some formidable competition for the Southern Boys or whoever they want to get in the ring with.
Right now, Tim Parker on the inside trying to get the fans to rally behind him. It's very obvious.
Now, which one is that in the ring right now? That's Knobs.
That's Knobs.
And the other one's named Sags.
That's right. You know, it's very obvious that the fans, if they rally against the Southern or against the Nasty Boys, let's say for the Southern Boys, that it really upsets the concentration of the Nasty Boys, and that may be a weak point right now. If you can point out the one, they're very vicious though in the ring. You can tell that.
Wait a minute, Tony. They haven't been. This is our first look at the Nasty Boys, and already you're trying to pick out a weakness on them.
Well,
first of all, let's pick out some strong points. They're big, they're strong, and they're very, very aggressive, as demonstrated on Powerhouse Parker right there on the mat, looking up at Knobs. And if the camera can come in close sometimes, see, they have tattoos on their arms. That's in case they forget who they are. Their names are tattooed across their arms, Knobs and Sags. You know, if somebody asks them what's your name, if they forget it, they just look down and read it off to them.
There it is.
It's very convenient sometimes, too. When a highway patrolman stops you or something, what's your name? You just tell him to look down and say, read my tattoo, pal.
Snapper. That's pretty good, Dutch. You ever had that problem?
Yes, I've been stopped and I've been yanked out of cars and denied access to motels and hotels and kicked off planes and trains and handcuffed and treated like a common criminal at times. I don't know why, and it has upset me at times.
If this building is ever raided, you move to another table, please. Right hand to the head. Now, Knobs misses a clothesline and missed the elbow. The foot. Parker catches the foot, trips him up, and goes right down to the leg.
Well, it's about time Powerhouse Parker made some kind of offensive move here. Let's see how long he can sustain this attack.
These two men, the Nasty Boys from New York City, I guess they're tops Their shirts would indicate the graffiti that you see on all the walls and everything in New York?
They are as nasty as they want to be.
I think maybe you answered that question. I don't know. Right to the leg again.
I believe at one time they were guardian angels in New York City with that British Sewell or Slywell or whatever his name is. Yeah. See, they walked around the subways and the bad parts of New York cleaning out the scum. And now they're here to clean out some of the mess here in the NWA. And I think that these men should be commended on their civic attitude.
Well, I'm sure they were Boy Scouts in New York City also.
Well, they could have been
Troop 110 of the Bronx or something like that.
Well, my stat sheet doesn't say that, but I will check on it next time we're on. When I find the answer to that, I'll come back and I'll tell you.
Right to the face.
See, I detect a little bit of animosity in your voice toward these nasty boys already. Have you even talked to either one of them?
Well, I attempted to.
I did talk to them, and they told me, they said, Dutch, we will talk to you, but we'd rather not talk to Tony Schiavone. And I don't know why. I think they maybe think I understand them a little bit. They probably think you wouldn't. Because I understand where these men are coming from. They know the NWA is a very tough organization. And they know to get to where they want to go, they're going to have to take advantage of men like Williams and Parker here. And they're doing exactly that.
You got to give them credit. They have stayed on the offensive. They are on nationwide TV here, and they have stayed right on it. Other turnbuckle now. Powerhouse Parker's in trouble. Sends him in. Great move.
A lot of force behind that move by Knobs. See, these men, they don't care what the fans think of. They don't care what anybody thinks of them. They have a job to do, and they're going to go out there and they're going to do it to the best of their ability.
This may be their move, the death drop. Let's see if that's it. Power slam.
Sags over
We've
the
heard
top
a lot
rope.
about it. Sags to the elbow. Yes, sir. It's on target. The death drop. Combination move. And that's it.
Excellent win for the Nasty Boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners, Jerry Sags, Brian Knobs, the Nasty Boys.
Okay, let's take a look at it here. The death drop, the Nasty Boys call it. Knobs picks him up and gives him a power slam. Sag gets up there and he's got him timed perfectly. He's got him pegged to a T, and here he comes. And a lot of elevation on that drop. 300 pounds right down on top of Parker.
All right, Sting had received a message from the Black Scorpion. He'd agreed to play it on TV. So, courtesy of Sting, let's hear this message from the Black Scorpion.
I have a message for Sting.
This is the Wrestling Wrap-Up, fans. On this edition of the Wrestling Wrap-Up, we're going to talk about the Black Scorpion. Sting is signed to meet the Black Scorpion on nationwide TV for the NWA World Title on September 5th. And the Black Scorpion has sent a video message to the World Heavyweight Champion. Before we hear the message, let's bring in the Stinger. I know you've agreed to let the fans view this as well as you for the first time right now, this message for the World Heavyweight Title on nationwide TV. Sting, it's going up against the unknown.
Tony, I don't have anything to hide. I want everybody to see this video. I'm curious myself. We are talking about the unknown, but you know something? I said I would defend this world title against anybody who is worthy enough to fight me for it. The NWA will pick and choose whoever they want, I guess. The Black Scorpion, whoever he is the unknown, I guess, is worthy enough to fight me for this. One thing is for sure, it took me a long time to get it. And just because I may not know how to prepare for it, if it was Ric Flair, I'd know how to prepare for it. If it was Sid Vicious, I'd have a good idea. Any of the Horsemen, I'd have a good idea. The Black Scorpion, I don't have any idea who you are. But this means an awful lot to me now, and I'm not going to let it go by very easy.
Let's take a look at the message.
Sting, are you listening? Of course you are. You're too much of a hero and a champion to refuse to hear this tape. Sting, I am going to destroy you. A long time has passed since you last saw me. Oh yes, you know me, or at least you did. But don't try to track me down, it won't help.
Even if you saw my face in the light, you wouldn't recognize me. My face doesn't look the same. Curious? Oh, I imagine you are. Of course you are. I want you to be thinking, be concerned, maybe even a little scared. Soon, I intend for you to be terrified. Think back. Who could it be that would hate you enough to want to see you a broken and defeated man? Maybe a little clue will help. How about California in '86? Think about it, Sting. Think about who I am, and remember this. You'll have a chance to find out on September 5th at the Clash at Mountain Madness. I'll be there, waiting.
Wrestling fans, the following contest, it is set for one fall. Introducing first, from Chicago, Illinois, weighing 271 pounds, he is the United States Heavyweight Champion, the Total Package, Lex Luger!
Total Package Lex Luger, and they are standing and cheering for the U.S. Champion, a man who has held that title for quite a while. A member of the Dudes with Attitudes along with Sting. We're going to comment on what we have just seen with the World Champion, but right now let's go back to Gary Capetta.
His opponent from Nashville, Tennessee, weighing 265 pounds, Tony Burton.
Dutch, we need to react to what we have seen from the Black Scorpion, but right now, before the match gets underway, let's hear some pre-recorded comments from the U.S. Champion, Lex Luger.
There's been a long list of great champions, from Magnum TA to Nikita Koloff, and now it's Lex Luger. I wrestle them all, and that includes the Horsemen, Ric Flair, Sid Vicious. Whoever wants to put it on the line, I'll put my name on the dotted line, and we'll go at it. Fist flying, whatever way you want it. The Total Package in the U.S. title.
You know, we had heard the Black Scorpion had a message for Sting. He agreed that we should all hear that video message. You've seen it, I've seen it. Boy, it's a lot of mystery behind that man.
A lot of mystery. Did he mention something about California?
Yes, in the 1980s, I believe.
I knew it. I knew it. I believe. I think I got it pegged right now. Sting was in the joint in California.
Oh, that Dutch.
Yes, I think he was in the joint with this guy, and he made him mad, and something happened, and now the guy is out looking for Sting.
The question is, who is the Black Scorpion? What does he mean to Sting? A very, very intriguing, if nothing else, interview as Luger sends down Tony Burton. Very intriguing interview, and I know it's got Sting thinking. Love to get his reaction now to what happened. Maybe we can get him on next week, hopefully, or some other time to react to what we have seen now from the Black Scorpion. But that was a very ominous tone, very intimidating tone. I'd just like to see this man in person.
Well, it may sound ominous to Sting because Sting is the one that's making everybody mad. He's the one who's making all the enemies. I have nothing to do with it. And I think it's up to Sting to deal with his own problems. When you live by the sword, Tony, you also shall ye die by the sword. It's been written for many, many years, and Sting is out there living by the sword, and that will be the bit with Sting. See, when you make people mad, they're going to come back on you. And look at Luger right now. He's made a lot of people mad here.
And he's mad himself, going right after Tony Burton. Sends Burton to the ropes. Picks him up. Power slams him down, and it's time for the torture rack. He's got to realize that there's a threat from not only Sid Vicious, but from Ric Flair for that U.S. title, and there it is! The torture rack on target. Let's go to Gary Capetta.
Wrestling fans, here's your winner, the Total Package, Lex Luger!
The man that broke his silence. He's on a mission against the Horsemen, and he is back with a vengeance.
Okay, fans, let's take another look at it. Lex Luger and his patented torture rack. Tony Burton never has a prayer when he gets him up here in the rack. And when he pulls the pressure down, you see he's got the pressure on the legs and on the top of the neck, on the head there. And Tony Burton has no choice but to give up. Right now, fans, let's go to WCW this week.
WCW this week, we have the opportunity to take a close look at the tag situation in the NWA, starting out with the manager of the holders of the U.S. tag titles, Louisville Slugger Jimmy Cornette. A lot of them lined up, including the Fantastics after that title.
Don't mention the Fantastics to me. Lance, you ought to know better than that. You have seen the wars that the Midnight Express have had with the Fantastics for the past few years, and you realize that I don't want to talk about those punks, especially now that Bobby Fulton has got that geeky little younger brother of his, Jackie Fulton, involved in the team. I don't want to talk about the Fantastics. The best advice I can give them is don't ever try to take those U.S. tag team titles away from the Midnight Express, because elsewise you're going to get hurt, and hurt bad, as well as humiliated. Now, that, like you said, there's all sorts of other teams lined up wanting a shot. But let me tell you this, whether it be the Southern Boys always coming after us, whether it be the Rock and Roll Express always coming after us, the Steiner brothers wanting to get back into title contention by getting the U.S. tag team titles so then they can get a shot at the world title they held before, whoever it may be in professional wrestling, learn one fact. The Midnight Express has been here before you got here, and they will be here after you're gone. Because there's one thing that you cannot replace in professional wrestling, and that is talent, and that's quality, and that's the reason why year after year, night after night, the Midnight Express are always champions and always on top and always will be.
Well, that's why they have those championship matches, Jim. Let's talk right now to the godfather of professional wrestling, talking about Theodore R. Long, the manager of the world champ. You told me that you were going to get rid of the Rock and Roll Express. They're still knocking on your door.
I also told you, I also told the National Wrestling Alliance, and I also told the world that the Soul Brothers Doom, Butch Reed, and Ron Simmons would be the NWA World Tag Team Champions. Now, who are the champions?
Well, you are. Certainly you guys have got the titles.
Well, just like I told you we would do that, I'm telling you that we're going to get rid of the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, once and for all. They will never be 5 times NWA World Tag Team Champions. They will never be doomed nowhere in any arena, in any building in this country.
Well, there's one thing for a fact. You can't talk them away. They're still around.
I don't know why I can't talk them away. They're somewhere right now listening to me, and they're shaking in their boots, Lance.
There's the word coming from the Godfather, Theodore R. Long, about the World Tag Team titles. Right now, let's get back. We've got more action to take a look at this week.
The following contest, it is set for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by his manager, Paul E. Dangerously, from Houston, Texas, weighing 321 pounds, Mark Callous. His opponent from Florida, weighing 237 pounds, Dave Diamond.
Mean Mark goes up against that man you're looking at right there, Dave Diamond, before the match gets underway. Some pre-recorded comments from Paul E. Dangerously.
That dilapidated old junkyard dog likes to howl at the moon. He likes to chase parked cars. But what happens when the car stops and 6'9", 325-pound Mean Mark Callous steps out? Dutch Mantell, say something nice about Mean Mark.
Tremendous move and a leg takedown from Mean Mark.
And yes, Paul Dangerously, I will say something good about you because I know Tony Schiavone doesn't have kind words for Mean Mark. All right, Paul Lee.
Now, wait a minute, Dutch.
No, you don't.
You're half wrong. I think Mean Mark is truly one of the greatest athletes.
He is one of the greatest athletes in the NWA today.
Hello, is there an echo in here?
Is that what you said?
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that we was on the same wavelength here.
However,
6'8", 318, 19 pounds. What's a few pounds one way or the other when you're over 300 pounds? The master of the heat-seeking missile. And Paul Dangerously, I've said it before and I'm going to say it again, a great acquisition when he finally acquired Mean Mark.
Standing, possibly vertical suplex. Where's he going to drop him? Look at this. Great balance. And a great move for the master of the heart punch, Mean Mark. And I know there's another man out there who will not back down to a heart punch or to a heat-seeking missile. His name is the Junkyard Dog.
Oh, I guess you want to ask me, will the heart punch work on Junkyard Dog? Well, it would work on him.
Right on the eyes. And now picks him up.
One thing about me, Mark Callous, he hasn't hit his peak yet. He's still climbing. And when he hits it, the whole wrestling world is going to know. And you know why they're going to know? Because Paulie Dangerously is going to tell everybody.
Here comes your hard punch.
He's setting him up for it.
Right on target. He went out. He tried to stand in Diamond, then he blacks right out.
Yeah, you're looking at that man's eyes right now, that Dave Diamond. There's no one home.
I wonder why. Now, why do you need to add on the heat-seeking missile? There is no reason he can pin the man right now.
Well, I think he enjoys beating people up. See, he is a thinking wrestler because he thinks about the ways he's going to beat you, and he enjoys this. He enjoys this.
Huh. That is awesome.
Awesome move.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner, Mean Mark Callous.
Mean Mark picks up another win. The heat-seeking missile, and that's a very devastating move.
Well, I want the people to look here. They're looking at the future when they're looking at this man right here. They're looking at the future. Here he goes. He's already hit him with a hard punch. Now he finishes him off with the heat-seeking missile. Like I say, that's a lot of weight coming down on you. I wouldn't want it happening to me.
Still to come, a look at Big Van Vader, Hector Guerrero, and Big Sid Vicious, and more on Worldwide Wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, this event, it is set for one fall. Introducing first from El Paso, Texas, weighing 216 pounds, Hector Guerrero. His opponent from the State Patrol, Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker.
Oh, he's got his ticket book out there. I'm sure you're familiar with ticket books too, Dutch. And as we see Hector Guerrero into the ring, you had to be overly impressed with Hector's performance last week right here on NWA Worldwide Wrestling. What an outstanding performance. He looked phenomenal last week.
Yes, he was great. He's good. I'm not going to take it. Oh, he's doing that stupid roll again. I hate that roll. You know, I'm not going to knock him. If he ever does that to me, I said last week I would knock him down in Nicaragua. I would knock him either farther south than that. I would knock him down like in Colombia or Chile somewhere, farther south. I'd get him out of all of Latin America.
Too quick. Buddy Lee Parker, but Hector takes him right off his feet. And the fans already appreciating the quickness of the man from El Paso.
And I didn't like your attitude. What did you say? He was going to write him a ticket. Dutch, you're familiar with that. What did you mean by that? You've never had a speeding ticket.
Well,
you've never had a parking ticket.
Yeah.
Okay. You're in the same boat I am. The only thing is I don't pay mine and you pay yours probably.
Side headlock, takedown.
I file my tickets away. When the policeman gets back in the car, I roll my window down the other side and I just throw it out on the road.
You know, Dutch, the NWA will be coming back to Texas. Hector's going to be on many of those cards in Texas. We'll be down in Edinburgh, Pan American University very soon, and down in the Valley. Hector being Corpus Christi, and I know all the great fans want to see him, as well as Jose Lothario's to sign many of the matches down that way as a special referee. Look at that great roll from Hector Guerrero. Once again, Hector well-conditioned, great maneuvers, and a lot of poise.
Yes, he's all those things and probably more. Has Hector Guerrero paid you any extra money to say all these nice things about him?
Come on, Dutch, I can see. I've seen.
Now look, I'm going to sit here like the journalist I am, the reporter I am,
all right,
and I'm going to have an objective view about this. It seems like your view is more subjective than it is objective.
Into the ropes. Great maneuver by...
Yes, a great maneuver.
Thank you.
Right, a great maneuver by Buddy Lee Parker. He's my good friend. And also, I want to take a little offense here with you. When I said Sting was in the joint, you said, oh, no, you don't know about these guys.
Neither do you. Look at that. A drop kick in midair. Out of a backdrop. Head scissors. And again. And out goes Buddy Lee Parker. Guerrero's going to follow him out.
Now, why is he following him out?
Conditioning right there. Parker wanted to stall for time. Dutch, you know as well as I do. He wanted to stall for time, so he went right In and got him, or went right out and got
If
him.
a baseball batter is up there and he steps out of the box, would you be saying, oh, he's stalling for time, he's stalling for
Yes,
time? Of
I
course
would.
he is. He's trying to slow the momentum down on Hector Guerrero.
Two different games.
I think it's a great move on his part.
Rolls him up. Parker got out of it. I do want to, oh, great kick, and down goes Buddy Lee Parker.
You know, this Guerrero, he just doesn't stop, does he?
He's up top.
He just keeps coming.
Hector Guerrero. Right on the shoulder of Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker. And the fans love it.
See, he learned that maneuver running from the police in El Paso, I'm sure.
Dutch.
Jumping fences.
See, how do you know that?
Well,
You don't know
he's
that.
from El Paso. I spent a lot of time in El Paso.
Here's the roll. We saw it last week. That's it. Yes, sir.
Oh, no. He did it again.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner, Hector Guerrero.
And the fans love Hector Guerrero. Here.
Well, I don't know how much they love him here, but we're going to look at the replay here. He hooks him in this roll, and I don't even know what you even call this. I call it the tamale roll, I guess, for lack of a better name. But he rolls him around, and Buddy Lee Parker is all confused. And when he finally stops, Buddy Lee Parker's shoulders are down for the 3 count. Hector Guerrero, his second win in a row on Worldwide Wrestling right here.
Before we go to our next match, we have some pre-recorded comments from the Latin sensation, Hector Guerrero.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hector Guerrero back in the NWA. Not only proud, but thanking God for the willing and the opportunities that he gives me. I'm great, and I'm happy, and I'm ready. I'd like to say some words in Spanish for all my Spanish friends and all my Latin friends. Queridos amigos, hay una ola mexicana, hay una ola latina, no nomás mexicana, pero en que todos debemos expresarnos. El gigante, José Lotario, su servidor, ahí vamos a estar. Necesito su apoyo, siempre con ustedes, viviendo siempre en Dios y arriba con ustedes, arriba amigos.
Wrestling fans, the following contest is set for one fall. Making his way to the ring area from parts unknown at 399 pounds, Big Van Vader.
399 pounds, Big Van Vader.
In the ring, his opponent from Trenton, Georgia at 223 pounds, Pat Rose.
What an awesome sight. No, not Pat Rose, but of course, Big Van Vader, Tony Schiavone. Dirty Dutch Mantel will be with us in just a few moments after the break, but right now we're going to take a look at Big Van Vader. 6'9", 399. I wonder if after dinner he may weigh 400. As we take a look at the mask. Maybe we can listen in. Certainly one of the most awesome spectacles in the NWA. As he has that mask now right in the center of the ring. There's a good look at it. That helmet. The mask explodes and Big Van Vader explodes onto Pat Rose. Awesome size and power. Oh! It's apparent Pat Rose is no match size-wise for Van Vader, nor is he a match for Van Vader as far as power, strength. Is a very violent individual. Look at this, agility also. Sunset flip. Picks him up. Gorilla press. What's he gonna do with it? Not a power slam. Oh my goodness. him up by the hair. Giant splash.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, Big Van Vader.
Incredible. The power and the size of Van Vader. He's your winner of Worldwide Wrestling. Now take a look at this, fans.
There are a lot of teams in the National Wrestling Alliance. Number one, the Steiners, contenders for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. The Southern Boys, new kids on the block, the Fantastic. Now, it makes no difference to me who the Soul Brothers Doom have to step in the ring with, whether it be Southern Boys, Rock and Roll Express, Steiners, Fantastics, or anybody the NWA brings in. Nobody's going to beat the Soul Brothers Doom. We're going to walk with the World Tag Team belts all the way until the end, until we get ready to retire.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, it is set for one fall. Introducing first from Marietta, Georgia, weighing 234 pounds, the Candyman, Brad Armstrong. His opponent from Los Angeles, California, 233 pounds, Bob Holly.
The Candyman Brad Armstrong gets Bob Holly as we take a look at a very popular athlete from Marietta. Brad Armstrong, very colorful, the Candyman. And right back to the corner.
I was just sitting here thinking about the Black Scorpion. I think I may know who he is. I think.
Either you do or you don't.
No.
So tell us who it is, Mr. Journalist.
Well, you know, I have to protect my sources. See, they can put journalists in jail if they don't reveal the sources, but since I'm not there's no crime been committed, so I don't think you can hold me to anything. But I think I know who this Black Scorpion is.
Got to give Sting a lot of credit. He said he would put up the title against anybody.
Well, I'll say one thing for Sting. Ric Flair was not a paper champion, was he? He put the belt on the line a lot of times.
He sure did.
And Sting, now, if he's going to follow Ric Flair, he's going to have to do the same thing.
Well, that's what he's done. And he's going after a guy, as Sting, who is unknown. We have no idea. How do you prepare for a guy like the Black Scorpion? How do you train for it?
Hey, I don't know. I don't care, because it's not my problem. That's Sting's problem. Hope he can deal with it the best way he can. But in all fairness, I'm going to say this. In all fairness, I don't think it's truly fair to Sting, because he doesn't really know who this man is. A virtual unknown. But the old saying, what goes around comes around. See, he stole the belt from Ric Flair.
Oh,
so now he's paying for it.
Loud.
He is paying for his past sins, and it's going to come back to haunt him. And I'm going to be sitting right there in that audience, and I'm going to buy me up. I'll tell you what I'm going to do that night. I'm going to leave a ticket for Elvis at the front door. And when he comes in, I'm going to have Elvis sit down right beside him. I'm going to get him a Coke and a box of popcorn, and we're going to watch this Black Scorpion go about the business of dethroning Sting. It'd probably be one of the greatest nights of my life.
You're going to have to buy Elvis more than just a box of popcorn.
Now, Tony, that man's...
He eats a lot, ate a lot. Now the Candyman, Brad Armstrong, one of the great ring technicians of all time, Brad Armstrong is.
Yes, technically he's a very sound, capable, fundamental wrestler. And, you know, very popular in the panhandle of Florida, down there in Pensacola. You know, that's where he makes his home, if you want to call a tent a home. I think he lives in a tent. He wears a little...
Reversal, great deep arm drag that time.
Very good move on Bob Holly's. You see he wears the leggings, the tights.
Candy stripes.
I can see that. Who do you think I am, Helen Keller or something? I can see he wears candy stripes. See, I got eyes too. But see, he's trying to look like a barber pole or something. And he's got Candyman on the back. Does he still throw candy to the young children?
He has been
the
known
young
to,
little,
absolutely.
The young little brain surgeons that come to the matches. Has he started throwing toothbrushes yet and toothpaste?
Into the ropes now. Sunset flip. Had Holly for one count. Armstrong back to send him down once again. Tremendous tremendous move by Brad Armstrong, the Candyman.
Let's look at Candyman's face there a little bit. See that long hair? He needs to get rid of that.
You don't like long hair? You oppose to hair?
On him, I am. See, some hair looks good on some people like me, and it doesn't look good on other people like Brad Armstrong. If you look at him closely, to me, he looks a little bit like Mr. Rogers.
Into the corner, right to the forehead. And to the face one more time.
See, Bob Holly got tired of all this wrestling.
Reversal, watch out, Armstrong over the top. Great counter move. The leg sweep from behind, out of nowhere, and your 3 count. Let's go to Gary Capetta.
Here's your winner, the Candyman, Brad Armstrong.
Tremendous move, quickness and agility, and that's what it's all about.
Well, fans, let's look at it here. He ought to be able to master a lot of moves. He's from a wrestling family, been around it all his life.
Okay, last week on NWA Worldwide Wrestling, the Horsemen were up to their tricks once again in a 6-man tag when the dudes with attitudes got involved, including El Gigante. Let's take a look at what transpired last week.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, the 4 Horsemen.
Good luck! The figure 4 is still on! And they're trying to clear the ring. What in the world are they trying to prove? What are they trying to do? Maybe send another message to the dudes with attitudes. I don't know.
This is the most...
Throwing the referee out!
I think the referee was getting in the way of what they were trying to accomplish. And what is this?
Orndorff. Junkyard Dog at 7'7" El Gigante. El Gigante.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest, it is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, representing the Horseman, weighing 335 pounds, Sid Vicious. His opponent from Gilbert, South Carolina, 224 pounds, Dave Stoudimiere.
Big Sid Vicious and Dave Stoudimiere set to go. What about what we have just seen? Once again, the Horsemen up to their own tricks, trying to injure somebody. This time, the dudes with attitudes got involved. And what about big 7'7" El Gigante? That's a man that you have to reckon with, regardless if you're a Horseman or not.
Well, anytime somebody's 7'7", you need to give them a wide path, and I think the Horsemen made the right move. See, they're smart gentlemen. They're smart wrestlers, and they knew just step out of his way a while, and they'll get him another time.
Big press slam here. Throws him on the top rope. We have some pre-recorded comments from Sid Vicious. Let's listen in.
A little message for you. If some reason Flair doesn't take that title from you, I'm the next man coming after it. One of the two, the Horseman is going to have the U.S. title. That, Sid Vicious, promise everyone in the NWA.
As big and bad as they come, Sid Vicious just overwhelming Stoudimiere here. As we expect, he has overwhelmed everybody. Certainly a threat now. We've said it so many times, Lex Luger in the U.S. title, but how about even now? Is this the man the Horsemen feel will get the world title back?
I believe he's being groomed to take the U.S. title and to take the world's title. If Flair is unable to regain it, this is the man they're counting on. Look at the traps on Sid Vicious. Look at the deltoids. I recently had the opportunity to observe him in a workout. This man works out like an animal. He is awesome in the gym as he is awesome in the ring. Now, I said a little earlier when we were watching Mean Mark, we were looking at the future. We're looking at the future also right here with Sid Vicious. I don't think no man, not any man, can stop Sid Vicious one-on-one. And now there's an old saying, you learn by osmosis. That means being around something. And he is going to learn just by being around the Horseman how to really hurt somebody. Now Sid Vicious right now setting him up for the big spin.
Oh, my goodness. What power.
See, the velocity in that is you have no control over where your body's going to go.
That's dangerous touch.
Well, it's not dangerous for me and you, Tony. We're sitting up here.
And that's dangerous, too. It is just dangerous to get in the ring with Sid Vicious, and Stoudimiere's out cold. He's out
Here's
cold.
your winner, Sid Vicious. submission.
Look at the look on his face right there, Tony. This man means business right here. He means business, and he is ready to take the Horsemen back to the top exactly where they belong.
He said, "That's what I'm going to do to you, Dutch."
Okay, there he's winding him up. He's telling the fans exactly what he's going to do to Stoudimiere, and he's hooking him right up. And this move here, he has made it famous. The power bomb right here. And when he drops him hard, he drops him long, but he drops him like yesterday's garbage.
Your winner, Sid Vicious.
Okay, fans, let's go to WCW this week.
More action coming up on Worldwide Wrestling in just a moment. We have an opportunity on WCW this week to talk to first Tommy Wildfire Rich, who has on his mind Big Stan Hansen, and that's almost a nightmare when you think about that guy.
Yes, it is. You know, but first of all, Lance, I'd like to say hi to all the wrestling fans, all the mamas and babies out there. You know, it's good to be back with the NWA. A lot of things going on. You know, talking about a blast from the past phases and stage. You got the Dog back, the Rock and Roll Express,
yes,
Southern Boys, the Wildfire. I mean, it sounds like the Southern Connection. Got Big El Gante. I mean, a lot of things happening in the NWA. And Stan Hansen, I hadn't forgot you. You're big, you're bad, you're tough, and you beat me up a lot. I'll admit that. But the thing about Wildfire, I keep getting up and coming back.
Coming right back at him, Tommy. And you obviously have made it certain you're not afraid of him. Thanks for being out here with us. We're going to call those Southern boys in. Tracy Smothers, Steve Armstrong. Well, the Birds still going around saying they're not from the South.
Yeah, I know, Lance. It's the same old stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they say we're from Green Bay, Wisconsin, born in Canada. Well, no offense to them folks up there, but I don't think our accent, I don't think we ring too well with them folks up there. I don't know. But I'm going to tell you this, Freebirds. You come out here running your mouth, talking about how bad you are. I'm not playing games, and I'm not talking no jive. Whenever town, I don't care where it is, wherever we're at, you better be ready for a fight, and you bring your dinner, because you're going to whoop these two boys. You're going to be there a while.
Hey, listen, quickly, Steve, they've brought back General Buddy Lee, of course, Buddy Roberts.
Buddy Lee Roberts, you know, that's maybe they think that that's their ace in the hole.
Yeah.
But the Southern boys had a little surprise for them when Bullet Bob Armstrong came down and cleaned house Southern style just like he always could, you know, Lance.
Ooh, I love that. Thanks a lot, guys, and good luck to you. Want to call them in right now. You're talking about two premier wrestlers. We're talking about the Rock and Roll Express. Robert Doom still standing there. Teddy Long says we're going to wipe up the R&R.
That's right, Lance Russell. You know, when Brother and I first came back, our main thing was become 5-time NWA World Tag Team Champions with Doom. Look at Brother and I. We ain't underdogs no more. Sooner or later, we are going to be 5 times NWA World Tag Team Champions.
That's right. So, you know, it's a pleasure just to be out here on the show with you today, Lance. But like you said, we're talking about Teddy Long and Doom. Right now, you're considered #1 team in the world because you have those belts around your waist. But all we want is that one clean-cut match. Then we'll see who the winner will be.
Great determination, this team. Right now, back to more action right now on the W World Wrestling.
Next week, join Dutch and me on NWA Worldwide Wrestling. We'll have our first look at the new tag team, the Master Blasters, and hopefully have more comments from Sting about the mysterious Black Scorpion. And we heard earlier on. That's next week on NWA Worldwide Wrestling. Okay, Dirty Dutch, to wrap up the program this week. We don't know exactly who the Black Scorpion is, but Sting has to prepare for the big match coming up against the Black Scorpion. I think it's going to be a tough job for him.
Well, first of all, who is he going to prepare for? He doesn't even know who the Black Scorpion is. Now, like he said before, if it was Ric Flair, oh, he would know how to go about beating Ric Flair. If it was Sid Vicious, or if it was Mean Mark, or if it was anybody that he knew who it was, he would know how to prepare, and that's understandable. But you see, he's training blindly. He doesn't know exactly who it is, what it looks like, his strong points, his weaknesses. He doesn't know anything. I think Mr. Sting is in for a lot of bad trouble. See, if he makes a bad mistake early on in the match, it could cost him the world's title.
Do you think the Black Scorpion is possibly a member of the Horsemen?
Well, I don't believe he's really a member of the Horsemen, but he could be. But see, I don't see what the Horsemen have to gain by bringing in somebody like the Black Scorpion. I think the Black Scorpion is a man very capable, because I don't think the NWA head committee is going to make a mistake and bring in a nobody. They bring in a man who they think is going to give Sting a run for his money.
We'll find out hopefully next week. We'll see you then, fans.